Salam, friends and comrades. Please excuse the clickbaity title, but needs must in these times. Now, I want to tell you about, so far, I'm still early days in this recovery, the most important aid to my recovery has been, by far, the EMS, the electrical muscular stimulation. And this one's called the Comfy EMS Plus. This is the one that I bought. I just ordered it off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description if anyone wants to go buy themselves one. But so far, it feels like this has been the most important tool. I can't say that with any real authority because there's all sorts of things that I'm using, supplements and things, which might well be working in the background in a level that I'm not aware of. You don't see them working. But this I can really see working, and I think it's really helping me to get my strength back quickly. So if you haven't had an operation like this before, MPFL or any kind of knee surgery, what's going to happen is that the muscles in your leg are going to start to atrophy. You're going to lose the ability to control the muscles, and they're going to start to waste away because they're just not being used. You're also going to spend a lot of time in bed, so you'll suffer general muscular loss. And this has been incredibly helpful. Essentially, what it is it's a little machine that creates an electrical charge, and you attach these electrodes. They're sticky, and you stick them onto specific muscles. And there are videos explaining where you should do it for this particular quad rehabbing. I've got a video which I'll link to as well, where you can see me doing it and me using it. And essentially what it does is it plugs into a little box which has a battery attached in it. It's charged by just a regular 9-volt one of those little square jobbies, little square batteries, and you've got to be very careful with it because it can actually be very powerful. You need to turn the power up very slowly because it does actually have a pretty powerful charge. But what it essentially does is it forces the muscle that it's attached to contract. It sends an electrical charge into it, which is what your nerves do. Your nerves relay an electrical signal to your muscle, and your muscle contracts. The difference is I can't do that independently right now because of the surgery. If you're in good shape and you're normal, you haven't had a surgery, you're sitting probably in a chair right now. If you just pick one of your legs, push your foot into the floor really hard, and then tense up that quad. Just tense your leg up. You can feel it, you can see it, it looks different, it feels different, it goes hard. I can't do that right now. It just won't really respond much at all. And that's because of the operation. So what this will do is it will send an electrical signal into that leg, and the muscle will contract. You can watch it. It's as if I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it. I can't do it. So it'll do it for me, and this is incredibly beneficial because it allows me to exercise the muscle to an extent that I wouldn't be able to otherwise. And I can adjust. I can power it up and power it down so that it can contracts and then relaxes again. I can do that while I'm doing my physio exercises. I can do it while I take a walk around. I just incorporate it into my overall rehab regime, and I feel like it's really helping. I feel like it's really making me get use out of my muscle that I wouldn't otherwise be getting. Otherwise, I feel like the muscle would probably take a lot longer before it starts working. So I can certainly recommend that. You should be very, very careful and seek advice before running an electrical current through your body. But that is what this is designed for. This is basically a TENS machine, which is what women in labour use as pain relief. So it does double as that, although I think the settings you use are different. I have in the video that I'll link to, I've got I do talk a little bit about settings, but there's another video that I found which talks about proper use of this for leg rehab and the kind of setting that you need to set for it. So I'll link all of that below because it is very useful. But I'm not being paid. I wish I was being paid to recommend this. I'm not being paid to recommend this. It's just been really, really helpful, and I will continue to use it because I don't think I'd get the same result without it. This was kind of a last minute impulse buy, really. I thought about getting this. I thought, well, is that really necessary, isn't it? And, I read a study where it recommended not only using it, but using it at the same time that you do your physio. And I'm really glad I bought it because I think it is making a world of difference. So recommend it for anyone who needs to rehab their quad, or it would probably work with any other muscle as well. I believe these were used, I think they became really popular like in the 80s, and in the 90s they were sold as like fat burning. Like you plug them into your stomach and pump some volts into your abs and they give you abs or something, which they don't do that. They don't burn fat. They'll work the muscles in your abdominals, but it's not necessarily going to give you a six pack, is it? But what they will do, they will make the muscle contract, and you will be able to feel that very much so, and you'll be able to see it too. So yeah, that's my recommendation.